Hi everyone, it's Kelly from Kelly's Bead Boutique. So today I'm going to show you how to make another super simple leather bracelet. I know I show you how to make lots of them, but I have tons of them in my old brain, and it seems to be the things that you like to see the most. However, I would like to show you some other tips and tricks and techniques and things like that. So why don't you leave me a comment below and maybe let me know some of the things that you'd like to see me make. But in the meantime, come and join me and I'm going to show you how to make this sweet little bracelet. Okay, so for today, we're going to be using about 20 inches of 2mm leather. And I will have this in kit form, and I'll have a couple different colors for the metal and a few different options for the leather. We also have a beautiful tiara cast charm, and I love these ones because they're double-sided. And we're going to be using one of their more buttons. And then I have this little, I guess it's like a jump ring. It's a decorative jump ring. And one of these collapsible, or I guess they're called squishable. I'm not really too sure what they're called. They're like a little ending thing that you put in. We're going to be using those. And I've got a couple different jump rings, one of our barrel knot tubes, a little 4mm faceted check glass, and a head pin that has a ball on the end. And I'm going to probably use a little bit of glue. And we're just going to be using our 3 basic tools here. So let's get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the center point of my leather, and I'm going to offset it by about 2 inches. So I'm just going to pull that off so that I've got a little bit extra here. Now I'm going to take my little tube that I use for my barrel knots, and I'm going to place it up at the top here. And using this longer piece, which I always keep on top, I find that it's a little bit easier if I do that, I'm going to make 3 wraps. So I'm going to pull this behind and then pull it towards me and go once, twice, 3 times, and I'm working towards my left hand, and I'm going to grab that end and put it through the back side of the little tube. Don't look at my dirty hands. Been a busy day in here. I'm always doing something. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to just gently tighten that up, not too much. Before I tighten it up, I want to make sure that I can get my button through there, and that goes in there just about perfect. So what I do is I take my thumbnail and I place it right where I want that to go, and now I'm going to pull on this one to tighten that up, and you'll see that that just tightens up nicely, and look how pretty that looks. And now I can still get that through really nice. So now I am going to take this and I'm just going to measure how long I'm going to cut that at. And now I've got about 20 inches, so that because this is going to be a kit, this will be you know, good enough for anybody to wear. So even if you have a large wrist, you'll have plenty here. But I'm going to cut this at about the 6 3/4 or so mark. I'm just going to cut off a little bit here. So now I've got equal ends. Okay, so now I'm going to get my other parts ready here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use one of my head pins. And I'm going to place my check glass on there, and I'm going to take my chain nose pliers right on top there, and I'm just going to bend away. Now I'm going to use my round nose pliers and come right in, and I'm only going to go about 1/3 of the way up. I don't want a super huge loop on this. I'm going to pull up and over and down, and I'm going to rotate my pliers and pull that straight to the back. And what I want to make is like a little round loop like that. Now I'm going to come in here right across there, and I'm going to wrap that up. So you can wrap it with your fingers if you like, but these are quite heavy head pins, and they're a little bit hard to do. So just bring that around 3 times, come in there, trim that off, and I'm just going to tuck in that little burr there. Don't want to have anything sharp poking out. Okay, so now we can assemble this. Okay, so I'm going to take my large jump ring here, and I'm going to attach it to my decorative ring here. I need to open that up just a little bit more. And I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to take one of my small jump rings and attach the rest of this. So I am going to take my, actually I'll take this first, put that in there, and that there, and then I'm going to pop this on here. Now the reason that I added that extra jump ring is I want to reorient this so that when it's on my wrist, that it's going to lay the right way. If I had it the other way around, it would be laying the wrong way. So I always try to make sure that everything is kind of going the right way. So now I'm going to place this through there because it's just going to be like a little decorative charm. And I just want to make sure that these are all pulled so that's nice and even there. So now I'm going to take this little collapsible end or squishable end, whatever we're going to call it, and I'm just going to place it on, making sure that's on there snug. And you can actually squish this down, which I love. So you don't even have to use the glue to finish the end off here. You just squish. Just make sure you're not squishing up top here. You don't want to damage that at all. And I just go back and forth a few times. So that's on there nice and snug. Okay, so now we're going to put on our button. Now I always like to use a few jump rings. If you just put one on, you're going to have a hard time getting that to stay in there nicely. So I'm going to use 3. So and I always use the smallest, heaviest gauge that I can. And this one, these ones are about 4.5 millimeters and 18 gauge. So put 1, 2, and then my 3rd one. And when you're doing your jump rings up, make sure that you get them done up all the way, and that will help keep them nice and secure so that things don't fall apart on you. So I'm now going to put that through the shank of the button. And then when you do it back up, kind of jiggle it back and forth until it just kind of clicks in there. So now when you go to do it up, you've got this lovely decorative feature on the top. And then you've got your little charms hanging off the bottom so that you've got a little bit of pretty on the top of your wrist, and then you've got these lovely little charms on the bottom. So there you go, another little simple, easy idea, super quick to throw together and not very expensive to make at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. Please make sure to leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so that you get a notification of when I go live. All right, and thank you very much for watching.